This is Parallel, a free-to-play sci-fi card game where your best card is also your mana. Every turn, you're deciding which card to forfeit so the rest of your hand can even function. Now, I briefly checked this game out a while back, and since then, it's gotten a whole lot better. So today, sponsored by Parallel, I'm showing you the whole game, what it is, every mode it has, and exactly how to play your first match. Now, here's the thing that makes or breaks new players. There's no turn-based mana gain, no energy cards, no land in your deck, and every card in your hand is potential energy. You bank a card, and it becomes resources forever. But here's the catch. It's gone. So every single turn, you're asking yourself, is this card worth more in play or as fuel for everything else? And if you want to try it while you watch, Parallel is completely free to play on Steam, iOS, and Android. My link is in the description, and after you make a new account, you can also claim a free creator deck to start playing with today. I'm definitely a fan of Kathy Byrne. Now, one quick thing before we play, so you're fully informed, Parallel does have an optional NFT side to it. I don't use it, and it's completely outside of my wheelhouse. And the Steam version I'm playing doesn't surface any of it. All you see is a completely free-to-play card game that never requires it. And I judge this purely as a card game. And as a card game, it's legit. All right, let's play. Welcome to How to Play Parallel TCG. First off, quick thank you to Parallel for sponsoring today's video. And with that, this is your Parallel home screen. Now we have a bunch of really cool features that we're going to segue into the actual deck that I'll be playing to teach you guys how to play today's game. Now, first off, I got to show you guys this battle pass. There's a free version as well as a paid version. Now, I just have the free version and I've played about 10 matches, give or take, and I'm already at level A and I've acquired all of these freebies. These little cubes right here are your packs. And I think I already showed a segment in the intro of how the pack opening screen looks like, which is really cool. Like the graphics and aesthetics of this game kind of go hard. Now, I want to show you the game modes. They have casual, quick play, which is what we're going into. They have a ranked mode, which as a new player, I'm surprised I even got to this level. I'm assuming there's a bronze silver. I made it into gold, which is honestly pretty cool. However, when you do try this, you will be unranked. You have to partake in 5 matches, and then based on how you do in those matches, they'll put you in a ranked. They have a private mode. They have a practice mode. I highly recommend this. They also have a cheat sheet in the practice mode. I think they also have it in the quick play. We'll check. So if you've already downloaded this game, definitely check out that cheat sheet. And then there's also draft here, which I haven't partaken in. There's a tournament mode, which is currently offline, which I think is part of their grassroots weekly tournament. Yes, they have a pretty robust competitive scene. All right, so these are all the cool game modes. Let me show you the deck that we're going to be playing today. Here is the deck. Now, you're probably looking at this like, what the heck is even going on? First of all, there are 4 types of cards. I guess maybe 5 technically. There are unit cards where you see these cards with the word unit on top of them. They're essentially that. They're your unit, your characters that have an attacking power as well as a health or defensive stat. And then the number in the top right corner is its cost. So in order to play this, I'm going to have to spend 1 energy. But remember, we talked about banking cards. So that's going to come into play in a little bit. All right, next up are relics. And relics are similar to Pokemon Stadiums, except for the fact that both myself and my opponent can have as many relics as we'd like on the board, which could get pretty crazy because this relic here says all non-combat damage you deal is increased by 2. So if I have a card that hits for 3, well, now I'm hitting for 5. And if I have 2 of these, well, then I'm hitting for even more. Next, let's talk about effects. These cards have a one-time effect when you play them. They're kind of like your spell cards. For example, this one right here, Solar Grenade, I really want to talk about, is a card that has an effect that you can deal 2 damage to up to 2 target enemies. That's cool, but it also has a secondary effect, which you don't even need to play for your 3 costs. And it says, if you bank this card, so this is a card you send to your bank so that way you get that energy, you deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Are you guys starting to pick up these strategies in this deck? I think that's really, really cool. Now, another type of card that isn't existent in this deck is an upgrade. That's like a tool. You attach it to a unit. It has an effect. It has a boost. And then finally, I guess we can talk about this. A split, it's a unit or it's something else. So this card, when you play it, you have two options. Its unit side comes in battle ready. It can attack as it goes as soon as you play it, because most cards can attack as you play them. Or you can flip to its effect side and deal 3 damage to each unit and player. Make sure you read these cards and don't mess up like I did and essentially blew up my entire board because I did not read each unit and player. I thought it was only targeting my opponent, so there's that. And now let's talk about the leaders. If you go all the way up here in this corner and click here, there are 5 different factions. And the faction we're playing is the Marcolian faction, I believe, the Paragon from here. Paragons are your legends, your leaders, and they all have their own effects and passives. So this one says, after you end your turn, this unit attacks a random enemy. However, this unit can't attack on your turn, and it's only when you play it. You'll notice all the way over here, there's a cost 4, it's a 5/5. But here, check this out, you guys. There's a passive that says every second unit you play each turn gains +1/+1. And now this compounds, and you can go wide and aggressive pretty fast. All right, I think that's enough of that. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all these other paragons that you can choose from and their potential play styles. So how about we just get right into a match right now?
Greetings from Mars.
All right, guys. It looks like we've got our match, same faction. So I'd imagine, I've actually never played against this Paragon before, but I imagine they have a very similar play style. Something that deals damage, pings damage. Oh, and we're going second. So cool thing here is I'm actually going to be able to mulligan twice. I want to keep this. I don't want this. I want to keep this. I don't think I want this, so I'm going to redraw there. I got these two now. I think I will keep this. And this is interesting. Maybe I don't. Maybe I get rid of this blitz and then redraw one more time. There we go. Okay. So I'm going second. I always have a defender. Player first, they can bank first, and then that's it. They can play one. And I think I have the defender because in this game, there's a thing called like summoning sickness. You're not allowed to attack the turn you play unless you have something that says blitz or battle ready. Now, something else that's important is when you bank a card, you're also going to draw at the end of your turn. However, I don't think it happens on your first turn. Now, I'm going to bank the solar grenade because it has a really cool effect. It just randomly to any of the targets, either the player or the unit, would deal 1. So now we can play this or this. I think I'm going to go here. Trigger Happy Trooper, and then we're going to play this to activate my Paragon's ability to give it a +1/+1. And then I think I'm just going to end my turn. Let me see. I guess I can attack real quick. Yeah, sure. Might as well.
Operations complete.
Perfect. And we're good to go. We drew this next, which is really good. This is the card that we actually sent back. We mulliganed, and we ended up drawing it. So on our turn 5, we have a pretty strong unit to play. Okay. I've never played into this. I think they're all about... I'm going to use my defender real quick to change their target. I think they're all about vehicles. So I think I have to be mindful of their vehicle plays. Okay. All right. So now I get to bank, and I think I'm going to bank this. After I bank this, I'm going to play my Stadium, aka Relic, which essentially says every time I deal damage from an effect, deal 1 damage, it's actually going to get +2. So when I attack here, this guy's going to hit 3. And also I hit myself for 3. So it's a little scary, but it's not the end of the world. And then I attack here. We're good to go. I still have 1 more to defend with. What's cool is these hit for 5 and 5. And I honestly think I might want to play that next turn, for being honest. Actually, I think I'm going to wait until this guy gets down to 10 HP, because then that's just lethal at that point. They attack there. They get rid of my guy. Battle ready. They also played their own Paragon because it's a 3. Kind of stinks for me. I think I'm going to play this next. I'm going to bank this card because I think with Catherine's Rallying Cry, I'm going to summon 2 units. I can actually get one of those back. Yep. because it's in my deck. There we go. And then I'll play this one right here. It has a muster ability, so every time it's played, its ability procs to draw one random vehicle. We're good. So now what I think I want to do, is this a defender? No, none of these are defenders. I think I just want to get this HP down as much as I can. Get it close to 10 and we're good to go. Now, Drunken Officer is unique because as soon as I end my turn, it's going to hit something randomly. It could hit the player, the target player here, or it could hit one of these units. So I'm going to end my turn. It hit this guy. Perfect. All right, not too bad. I think next turn, I'm going to deploy my Paragon onto the board because it also has a really cool effect. Similar to this guy, at the end of your turn, you just attack a random target. Oh, they got rid of my card. They sent it to the waste right here. I really needed this trigger, Happy Trooper. It was pretty solid. I think this is okay, though. I think this is okay. Okay. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose one, put it in your hand. I mean, we could just win off of this if I get another crack shot. I don't know if that's the correct play, though. You know, I think instead, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to deploy you, and then I'm just going to attack right into the health here. If I find one more crack shot, we have lethal. If I don't, it is what it is. Now, both of these attack a random unit. There we go. We got rid of one on the board. We actually got rid of their leader, which is pretty good. And now I can't attack with Catherine or the Drunken Officer.
Interesting.
And my only way I think I can win... Okay. All right, let's see. Do we top deck here? We top deck a crack shot, bro. If I had the what a top deck, I'd play it. So we hit the crack shot. 5. We hit a crack shot. 5. That's crazy. And then we hit another crack shot, bro. I top deck it every game. But there you guys have it. Hopefully it was very simple to follow along because it is a very simple game, but it's really hard to master. And if you like card games, that's exactly what you're looking for, because that's what I'm looking for. And there you have it. That's everything you need to play your first match of Parallel. Now, what I like is the banking system that gives you a real decision every single turn. Also, the fact that it's free to play and there's a ton of modes to grind out. However, what I do find a little rough is the learning curve while you're trying to figure out what's worth banking. And you will make bad banks your first few games, and I think that's part of it. Now, if you want to try it out, the link is in the description. Again, it's free on Steam, iOS, and Android, and after you make a new account, you could claim a free creator deck to start playing today. And if you end up trying that Kathy Byrne deck, well, tell me how it goes in the comments. I'll also be streaming this game live a few more times this month, so if you want to watch me learn the hard way, you know where to find me. With that, a huge thanks to Parallel for sponsoring today's video. But that's a wrap. I'll see you guys in the next one.